Hey guys, it's Diana. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are redoing villager houses on my island. I needed to get rid of all of their Christmas decor, so we are starting with Agnes here. Really, with the exteriors, I'm not changing anything other than the door decoration. I took screenshots of what I had before and was referencing them in my Switch album. And on the inside of her house, what I had done, because she was one of my starters from the very beginning, I had told Isabel to make her house back to normal. And then I had gone in, once I had done the 30 Happy Home houses, and changed it up a lot inside, still retaining the same color scheme and kind of things that she had there. And I did the same with Genji too. As you can see, I wanted his house to have windows, so I kind of like added that green tea wall there. I think it's called the soothing tea wall. And now we're moving on to Goldie's house really quick. Some of the villagers, I did spend a little extra time inside their houses just because I wanted to redo the interiors a little more depending on the villager. For example, I spent a little extra time in Goldie's house, as well as I think Ellie's and Bluebear's, as you'll see as we continue going on here. I just wanted to add a few more pieces of furniture and kind of switch stuff around inside her house, in addition to getting rid of the festive tree that she had there. I did also speed this footage up, not by a whole lot, but it kind of like gives you the gist of how long I spent trying to figure some of these things out. And now we're moving on to Ellie. I did decide to show all of the exterior stuff only because I wanted you guys to see the door plates that I ended up choosing in the end. Like I said, I am just going off of what I had in their homes previously before I made their Christmas houses. So here we're just kind of moving around some of her furniture. I got rid of the tree, as you saw, and I'm adding back a divider that she had. I believe it was that one, I'm pretty sure. I just wanted to make sure that the angle was right and that you wouldn't have to be scooting around to move inside of her house. I really love her house. I kind of tried to keep that aesthetic going in the redesign that I did. And then I wanted to kind of move around those ceiling lights. I noticed that they were a little too close together, so I wanted to just move them around. I got rid of one, and now here we are just going through again, maybe adding a couple of last minute touches, changing out that plant that's on the wardrobe. For Bluebear's house, I mean, you guys can see that all their houses pretty much look kind of the same from the exterior, and I talked about this in a previous video. I wanted my island to kind of look a little bit suburban in terms of like having things look kind of samey. We're just kind of moving some of the furniture around in her house. I really love that clothing rack item, the giant one. I talked about this in another video as well. I just really like all those clothing items. I think they're so cool and they're very versatile. Like, you don't have to just use them in shop settings. You can definitely use them in homes like I have here. With Bluebear too, her hobby is fashion, and I really wanted to emulate that with the clothing rack items and all of the little accessories that I had out there. I did stick her little music player up on top there just because I didn't really know where else to put it. I probably could have moved the TV over on that shelving unit and put it next to the TV. In my head, I just wasn't really a fan of the prospect of that. I did also realize too that I had the same divider in her house as I did in Ellie's, so I did change it out. And now we're moving on to Punchy's house, and I think that fish door plate is adorable, both as a door plate and as a wall item. As you can see inside his home, I do have it there. I went really ham with all the wall stuff. I really love those giant fish posters and the little ad version of that framed poster. I actually spent a lot of time trying to find a good swatch for the snack item. I cut all that out just because it took me a really long time. I kept going back and forth with different ones. Now we are doing Bones' house. I was debating on using the paw door plate or going back to the bone door plate. I do end up going back to the bone door plate. Now we're inside his house. I got rid of the tree, and we're just moving around here, trying to decide what I want to do with the rest of the items in his home. I do end up adding that little bamboo decoration, and I made it green to add the pop of color. And I'm adding the patchwork chair in. With Tia, this I've never seen before. She had asked to leave that day, and Nook said no. I didn't redo Klaus's house because I just didn't feel like it. It wasn't really my vibe. And I got his photo anyway from a Treasure Island, so I didn't really care. I'm gonna just wait for him to ask to leave. That is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a quick one, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!